Hey team, Pastor Blake here. Just want to give you a quick update for tomorrow night. Pastor Roger and I were at Champion all day, just engaging with students and helping them through this process. Tomorrow night is going to look much like the same. So I kind of want to equip you and prepare you. Again, I want to encourage you to make sure you've read the emails that we've been sending out the last few days. There's some great resources in there about what to say and what not to say. Tomorrow night is really going to be us talking about some hard issues. A lot of our students have never gone through loss before, and so this is going to be their first time exposed to it. And so we as believers, we as leaders of these students, are going to help them through this process. As of right now, tomorrow night really looks like a worship and prayer time. With a few kind of adjustments within it. We've communicated to our students that we want them to find verses that kind of declare God's goodness and faithfulness and hope and His character. There's students who are going to begin to find verses in the Psalms, probably specifically, talking about grief and doubt and questions, and all that's going to be great and all that's going to be okay. We're going to address the students when they first get there. Tomorrow night's going to look a little bit different. We don't want it to be completely somber, but we are going to respect what a lot of our kids are going through in the midst of so many difficult challenges. So I'll get on stage and I'll kind of address where we're at. What does this look like for us as believers? Communicate what grief looks like. How do we handle this? We're going to have a time for students to come and write letters to the families, share stories on paper. We're not going to give anybody microphone time to share stories for themselves. This isn't a funeral season. This is an opportunity for us to do what we as believers do, and that's to worship and declare the greater reality that our God is good, that our God is faithful. And so we're going to kind of have, 15 or 20 minutes for that. And then we'll kind of rally together and have a time of worship and really just pressing in to God. And then we'll have open mic prayer time at the end. So we'll do what we've always done. We'll read one or two verses and pray one or two verses. And we'll do that for a few minutes, and then we'll end on a high note, again, declaring that our God is greater. So what we as leaders need to do, what we as leaders need to be careful of, is making sure that we don't guide our students too much into staying in their grief and being stuck there on the right-hand side. But at the same time, we don't want to do what a lot of people do and go too much to the left and really spiritualize and glorify, that God is great and everything's going to be okay, and they're in heaven smiling down at us. We don't want to minimize pain. We have to really stick to the middle and say, hey, you know what? This situation is difficult. This situation is real. We are rooted here with the challenges of life, but we know who our God is, and that's what we focus on. So that's kind of the overview of what tomorrow night's going to look at. We will have you guys partner together in pairs to pray for students as they need it. Again, read those resources. They should equip you very, very well. Read the Psalms. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be frustrated with God. It's okay to feel numb. It's okay to not feel anything. We're going to have lots of kids who aren't fazed by either of the situations that are going on, and that's okay. We've got to let our kids know that it's okay to laugh. It's okay to share stories. It's okay to eat food, to go to the movies, to smile. All of our students are in different spots, and we need to address where they're at. We will probably use the story of King David, where he was grieving for the loss of his son, and when everything was final, he went and worshipped the God that he loved. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they didn't care what happened to them. They basically made the statement, you know what, regardless if our God saves us or not, He is our God. Regardless of where we're at in this situation, He is our God, and we will do these things, and we will put our students in perspective, and we will help them and guide them and lead them through the situation. So know that we as the leadership team are here for you guys. I appreciate your prayers so much. It's been a long, difficult day, and thank you for all that you do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m.